day, Ruskin enjoyers. Hope you know, 'cause it's time for Profit Review. The last week we discussed the May 7, 2026 Rust Store, and that means today we're here for May 14. So sit back and relax, and let's start yapping. So, what was my initial reaction when I first saw this Rust Store? Well, second ever electric furnace, and it's the part electric furnace. Now, I'm fully well aware, as time has gone on, the part collection has been working out very, very, very nicely. Ever since we had the Naval update, pirate skin values, they went up. Now, even back then, halfway through May, I was like, well, I am noticing a bit of a decline since the peaks of interest back in February, but still, I'm looking at the part electric furnace, knowing it's the second ever electric furnace skin, knowing about brand new skinnables issue, and yet I'm like, you know what? It wouldn't surprise me if it still suffers a little bit, but with the collection it has, it really wouldn't surprise me. Later on, give it a year or two, that it eventually goes back up into the positive and just remains perfectly fine. That was my expectation. So, okay, I mean, yeah, looks cool with the white eerie glow and whatnot. A perfectly fine addition to an in-demand, appreciated collection. I was pretty optimistic. I was still expecting a lot of sales. Let's not forget, Neon Electric Furnace did over 55,000 subscribers. I wasn't expecting that much, but I was still expecting a lot. So, okay, fair enough then. Well, this is an interesting looking AK-47. Now, if I could just point this out, no transparent aim sight or anything, just a nice looking metallic design. Why did you emphasize transparency? Oh, don't you worry. Don't you worry. But, oh, there you go. A transparent bow. A redemption weapon skin. And at this specific point in time, we're a good month away since we had the Easter dip, which only consisted of like March time. I'm noticing prices improve, and I'm seeing a lot of the redemption weapon skins of the past rising up in price ever so nice. So I'm looking at this bow, knowing that we've already had a good select few bows with transparency already this year, and I'm like, you know what? I feel like this is going to be the one that's going to be the most reliable option. As in, this is going to be the one that actually manages to retain. So I was looking at that with positivity. I was happy to see it. Yeah, we're probably going to see even more bows with a little bit of transparency in the upper portion that's only going to be like helpful in a very specific sort of situation. And yet, redemption collection's in demand. It honestly looked as if it was going to be alright. So, alright, pretty optimistic with that. We also see the Naval Camo backpack, and alright, yeah, cool. Another nice, fine addition for this collection. Back then, I was like, oh, wow. Everything else seems to be improving, and yet Tier 2 still seems to be a bit stuck. Oh dear, oh no. Oh, we'll talk about that in a bit, don't you worry. Psycho Tier 3. That's a strange looking design, but something brand new to look forward to. Could we see some interesting sequels in the future? Tempered tactical gloves. Okay. I mean, we have seen some purple sort of gloves in the past, and back then those were actually holding up quite nicely. So I thought, I mean, it's nice to have options, but I'm also fully well aware that the tempered collection isn't exactly super in demand. It's been around for years, and looking back then, the hoodie, the pants, the Tier 2, it wasn't exactly looking super great. Face mask it's in its own world. It's in its own world because, of course, that was accepted years ago, and as time has gone, it's been appreciated. Chest plate was accepted years later, and that's kind of oversaturated compared to the face mask. But, like, that right there, hey, it's a welcome addition. I just need to see what the sales are like. 2 pump shotguns? Sure, alright, fine, yeah. Heat Seeker pump shotgun with some transparency. Oil King pump shotgun. The first continuation to see. So, yeah, that's nice. And then Primal Savage Axe. An interesting, more grounded approach. I do like the little ropes with the bones and whatnot. That looks cool. So, yeah, it was a perfectly fine looking Rust Store. But, of course, with every single Rust Store that we have, I'm always considering what potentially could be the best investment for the week. And very conveniently, I've got conclusions at the very end, so I can easily remind myself what I was thinking. So I'm looking at the skins after a good few hours since the Rust rotated. I can see that the Electric Furnace already has over 8,000 subscribers. AK-47, 5,000. Backpack, 4,000. Alright, not looking too bad. I made my considerations and I thought, you know what? I have to talk about the pump shotgun. Initially, it really didn't look as if it was going to sell that much. It was on course to be the lowest selling pump shotgun heat seeker skin that we've ever seen. I mean, in regards to pump shotguns, we got some from years ago. But specifically speaking, in regards to heat seeker collection, it was the lowest selling one. So, okay, maybe that could work out quite all right. Considering the success of Heat Seeker Summer back in 2025, maybe it might just instantly succeed because it's got all of this collection behind it. Was that enough though? So, alright. It's also the focused item of the month. There will be more pump shotgun skins accepted. Maybe that could still lead to some issues. Regardless, I was behind that. Thumbs up. It was looking very interesting. As was the Redemption Bow, as I've already talked about. Redemption Collection seems to be holding up very, very, very nicely. I was like, yeah, I have to respect that. People clearly like it. People clearly want to use it. I'm sure the bow will also hold up quite nicely as well. I was tempted with the Pirate Electric Furnace. I really was. I thought, well, considering how well the Pirate Collection's doing as of now, maybe. But I did talk myself out of it. I thought Naval Camo Backpack probably was a better shout. A few hours in, it was becoming pretty clear that this was lining up quite nicely with the previous skins. Now, so as long as the Naval Camo collection has a very nice summer, so as long as we see the whole set work out nicely, hoping Tier 2 improves, yeah, I thought the backpack would be perfectly fine. Looking at all the other backpacks of the past, like how many of them are actually like interesting and blue? You could say Arctic backpack, but other than that, well, not really, not many options. And it was only $1.49. So, alright, I was looking at it with positivity. So, okay then, that was looking pretty sweet. How did everything look after the first 24 hours of sales? Or rather, 23. Yeah, I missed out on it, but I still had like a screenshot of it 23 hours in, so I just used that. And, well, Pirate Electric Furnace, clearly not selling as much in comparison to what we saw the previous week with the Neon Electric Furnace, but it still looks as if it's going to sell quite a lot. I still had an inkling of feeling pretty positive that it was going to actually work out alright, perfectly fine in the further future, but just knowing there will be more electric furnaces on the horizon and whatnot, like, okay, well, it's the second ever skin, people are still surprised with it, people are still jumping at the opportunity to grab one. It's more likely to suffer. I had to accept that. AK-47 still doing good though, almost 9,000 subscribers. Backpack matching up to what we saw with the boots and the gloves from quite some time back in terms of the first 24 hours of sales, or although again 23 hours. The bow's doing alright, and to my surprise, yes, the Heat Seeker pump shotgun, it's selling hardly anything, although it is listed at $3.49, so yeah. Anyway, so we get the point. Wow. Well then, how did everything look when we did the abnormal barders? So, here we are on the night of the abnormals, and I can confirm to you, Pirate Electric Furnace has just over 38,000 subscribers. Tribal Ally AK-47, that's just got over 25,000 subscribers. Redemption Bow has eclipsed the Naval Camo Backpack with just over 17,000, with the Naval Camo Backpack just about 16,600 subscribers. Psycho Room Face Mask and Chestplate, both of them around 15,000 subscribers. Temper Tactical Gloves, just over 14,000. Heat Seeker Pump Shotgun, under 8,000 subscribers. Orkin Pump Shotgun, 7,500. And Primal Savage Axe, 4,500. Right, what prices did I suggest? What are my thoughts? I thought in regards to the Pirate Electric Furnace, priced at $2.49. Okay, clearly it sold a lot, but I had the faith that that could actually work out quite right in the further future. I questioned it. I thought about the fact that, you know, inevitably later this year, October time, yes, September, October, November, we're inevitably going to have the autumn fall seasonal dip. I thought that was going to drop off eventually. I went with 80 cents to $1.20. I thought, yeah, I'll go about halfway and I'll be happy with that. That's what I was thinking. Now, was that the right choice to make? Well, we'll see. Tribal LA AK-47, a $3 skin. But I've seen many $3 AKs come out in the past, and then they tend to drop off pretty badly. But it's a nice stylish looking design. I respected it a fair bit, but I only suggested 80 cents to $1.20. I did see a certain collection continuation appear after this, but was it actually going to turn into an interesting metallic collection? We'll discuss that in a bit. Redemption bow, priced at $2.49. I went with $1.50 to $2. I'm still a bit hesitant with transparent bows. I've seen quite a lot of them being accepted, and, well, only one notable one was perfectly fine. The Black Ops bow. I'm kind of expecting that might just be manipulated, but that was definitely something to reference back to. Naval Camo backpack, I suggested 80 cents to $1.20 for a $1.49 skin. That's me going in strong. Psycho Tier 3, 70 cents to 90 cents for both of them. Both of them were priced at $2, but I didn't feel that confident. I need to see collection continuations, and even then I was looking at it and thinking, I can see what the skin creator was going for, I just don't think everyone's going to care for it. So, yeah, I went with a lowball builder. Temper Tactical Gloves, priced at $2.49. I thought to myself, yeah, I think Temper collection actually seems to be improving a little bit. The gloves appearing seems to have given it some traction and whatnot. I thought they stood out quite nicely. I went with $1 to $1.50. Heat Seeker Pump Shotgun. So, priced at $2.49, $3.49, free, $3.49. I sat there, I questioned it, I thought about it, and I thought, you know what, I am not expecting to see that many listings on the Steam market afterwards. If you have sold next to nothing, less than 10,000 subscribers, I'm going to do $2.20 to $2.70. Yeah, I was going in strong. I was looking at that and thinking, you know what, surely it's going to work out all right due to the sheer lack amount of purchases and whatnot. So that was my optimism. Let's see if that works out nicely. Oil King Pump Shotgun, well, fairly similar sales, but with its design, I didn't think it was going to hold up. I went with 60 cents to 80 cents for that. And the Primal Salvaged Axe, all right, you sold like next to nothing, but Salvaged Axes as of recent, the lack of interest with the sales, I just went with 60 cents to 80 cents. I didn't really trust it. Sure, something that sold like next to nothing could easily get manipulated in the future. It's just not something I wanted to rely upon. So, yep, that was my answer. Right then, so, in regards to that whole store, after we did the abnormal barders, did I actually jump in and buy any of the skins? I can confirm to you, as I looked at the skins, as I looked at the skins, I thought to myself, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and buy 50 Heat Seeker Pump Shotguns. I just looked at it, I thought, surely, later down the line, we're going to see more Heat Seeker skins being accepted after this. We could have a Heat Seeker Summer 2026. I was optimistic. We'll talk more about that in a bit. I bought 30 Naval Camo backpacks, and I also bought 30 Redemption bows, because I thought those both look as if they're going to retain quite nicely. I'd most likely have to wait until the summer peaks to see both of them rise up, but I was honestly feeling very confident with Heat Seeker Pump Shotgun. So, let's now talk about the outcomes. Did everything match up to expectations? Now, with all due respect, Pirate Electric Furnace, it did not match up to what I was expecting, because for quite some time, it was actually in the positive. What? So yes, it has slipped recently. Let me just establish that towards the end of June, there was a June dip. Most likely due to the fact that we had the Steam Summer Sale and people wanted to get some quick funds to buy cheap games. Fair enough. But yes, a lot of skins have started to go down in price, and you'll see that quite a lot as we talk about the skins today. Someone also listed 69. So, you know. Yep, that happened. But yes, for a fairly decent amount of time, it was doing A-okay. It was holding up. It was doing pretty sweet. But inevitably, it suffered like most skins have as of recent. So, okay. Well, we did see another skin being accepted after this as well. But still, even then, it didn't really bounce up that much. But the expectation now is that we're going to start seeing a lot of skins being appreciated a whole lot more as we get closer and closer towards the end of this current month. That is July. So, towards the end of July, we should be expecting prices improving overall, skins getting bought out, and then we should probably start seeing some skins peaking in price around August time, okay? So, yes, it's down slightly at the moment, that was totally fine with that. But my barter suggestion is too low. I was caring more about where this was going to be at around October 2026 time. And I can't give you a solid answer in regards to that right now because it's not October. So, oh, duh. But you get what I'm saying, right? So I care more about the further future to then care about the further future. Does that make sense? It did well. It did nice. Thumbs up. But I haven't picked up any yet, so oh well. Tribal Alloy AK-47. This was actually doing quite alright. But what helped it was 2 more skins being accepted. Notably, Transparent Aim Sight, Pay to Win, lovely looking skins. So yes, that doesn't have any transparency, but the SAP did, the SAR did, and for a while this was actually retaining quite alright, but it has slipped a fair bit now and it's gone down by about half its price. So in regards to like my suggested price of 80 cents to $1.20, right now I'll probably start picking up a bunch of them. Do I want to though? That's the big question. Well, I could leave my barter for now. We'll see how it goes, but it doesn't have transparency like the other skins. But I'm sure many of you might recall with the Heatseeker collection, the AK, it had some very strange looking transparency, but it wasn't really like the most helpful transparency. Also, someone decided to list 32. So, you know. I reckon the other skins in the collection will prosper, but that very likely will just end up slowly going down in price. Chances are I might have to remove my barters. With the newer skins being accepted, it doesn't seem like this is actually going to get carried that much. So, alright. I did happen to buy a bunch of those bows, and you know what? It's retaining quite nicely. So, yeah. We potentially might be seeing all the clothing armor being accepted for the Redemption collection soon. I'm not sure if this is going to greatly benefit from it, but I'd have a solid sort of like guess that, yeah, maybe it would be appreciating that. Maybe that would be having a nice summertime. The next several weeks are going to be very interesting for this particular skin. But as I've already mentioned, this bow right here, is it just an anomaly, or is it all a pump? Is this actually in demand? I can't tell. I will remind you, we've had 2 Twitch drops earlier this year. One of them had transparency. We've had the Hellcore bow, that's dropped down a little bit, but that had transparency. I have Sahara, that had transparency. And, well, who'd have guessed? More bows with transparency appeared afterwards as well. And yet, only this one's currently doing alright. But again, I will remind you, we have gone through a dip. Didn't last very long, but it has caused quite a lot of skins to suffer. So, you've done perfectly fine. We're expecting more redemption skins on the horizon. I'm feeling optimistic. Now, I will ask you, did you happen to buy any of the skins from this week? Did you happen to buy any bows? Are you also optimistic? Well, got to hold on to them for a little bit longer. I'm sure we'll see the price rise ever so nicely. Naval Camo backpack, perfectly fine time to see it. Eventually afterwards, we do also see the jacket skin being accepted. I don't recall if it bounced up in price, but I can confirm at the very least it's just retained perfectly fine since it's appeared. So, I'm fine with that. I really am hoping it manages to recover and then eventually go up even higher. And I should point out, it was actually doing perfectly fine for a while. It does suffer, but look at that. It's starting to improve now already. Ooh. I'm not sure if there's any more skins that will be produced and accepted for the Naval Camo collection, but I will confirm there's potentially a weapon collection if we were to get an AK-47. So that would be pretty sweet, but not sure if it's going to really benefit the backpack. But with the arrival of the jacket, I do recall it was just doing all right. Didn't really change that much. So, yep. Nice to see it's retaining. Out of all the backpacks so far this year, well, we've actually had some pretty decent success. Yeah, yes, we have. But of course, over the course of the next several weeks, I expect that to improve. I would like to see that improve, but I just doubt it. So, no, cool. Well then, we'll just see how everything pans out. Can you improve over the course of the next several weeks? Keep an eye on it. Will the Naval Camo collection as a whole improve? The tier 2 really needs some help. It's struggling because when this came out during the Easter dip, it got tons of listings, and those listings were never removed. So, oh dear. Psycho tier 3, it did get a collection continuation. It did spike in price for a while. Didn't last forever, went down in price. It's not very in demand. Oof. Oh dear. So it has dropped down to about 86 cents. I have removed my buy order. I don't trust it anymore. Yep. I mean, it wasn't a super standout, super crazy looking design, and I guess we're not too surprised with the result. What does that mean? I mean, like, it could still potentially get tier 2. It could still potentially get like a backpack or whatnot. Boots and gloves. Hey, that'd be nice. Will it though? And if we were to see it happen, I should sell that as soon as possible if I happen to own any. But I don't own any, so yeah. You might be someone who owns some, so just saying. Tempered tactical gloves. 15,400 subscribers is where it ended at. And it did drop down in price. So I don't know if I've actually managed to pick some up. I can't recall which account I have that had the barge on it. If anything, I might have ended up at around $1.20. Maybe I went a little bit lower. I don't remember. But this also suffered recently. Yep. Take a look at that. Yeah, so about halfway, but we did just go for a dip. Surely that could rise back up. The temper collection as a whole, the clothing and armour are starting to improve. I am noticing that. But it's not exactly changing the world. It's not exactly going crazy. It's just there. So maybe that might take a very long time to fully recover. We'll keep an eye on it. Heat Seeker Pump Shotgun. Oh. I did remove my Barder, my stronger Barder at a certain point. I can confirm to you, it's still below its Rustor price. We saw quite a lot of pump shotgun skins being accepted. Oh yes, indeed we did. Even the Popstar pump shotgun, which we talked about last week, even that went down in price. And if you know about Popstar, that's been getting a lot of its skins accepted, hasn't it? Very thin. I mean, honestly, if we were to see more Heatseeker skins being produced and accepted, I could see that do better. Did we? I'm sure we did. Yeah, we got the bolt action rifle. Aside from that, not that much else. I mean, we'll see how it goes, but I might have to hold on to these for quite some time now to really notice that much of a boost, a proper gain. Oh dear. Hey, things look like the stars are aligning. It looked as if everything's going to be very sweet. Evidently, no. So, 8,685 subscribers. It's really low for Heatseeker. Again, just take a look at all of this. But at the end of the day, such low sales wasn't enough. So, damn. Oil King Pump Shotgun, I mean, that just basically went down in price. Didn't go all the way down to 60 cents to 80 cents, though. It's actually done a pretty decent job retaining most of its value. So, even though I didn't have that much faith with it, it's still doing better than what I was initially expecting. But we are around 80 cents in terms of bilders, so alright, whatever. And then we had the Primal Savage Stacks. Did it actually get manipulated? No. It's just dropped down in price. Hasn't gone all the way down to about 60 cents to 80 cents yet, but then I look at the bilders and, well, I guess it's not that far off. But, yeah, didn't get any sequels accepted and whatnot. It's fine for what it is. It's just, yeah. How many Savage Axes did we suddenly see being accepted up to that point? Quite a lot. So, yeah. That's something I have noticed quite a lot of all the brand new skinnables for this particular year. We just keep seeing more and more and more and more. I guess it's because skin creators like to keep making something that's new, that's fresh, that keeps them nice and motivated. Maybe it's also Face Punch still like accepting a lot of them. Just because they happen to like them. Whatever. Right, so, yep, overall, I was a bit hesitant with a lot of the skins, and you know what? Rightfully so. If only we looked at this another month later, chances are a lot of these skins probably would have improved and done very nicely. So obviously the best performing skins so far, the ones that are retaining, that's the best. Again, you could go back to this in a month's time. I would be surprised if that rises up a fair bit more. I hope to see that rise up a fair bit more. I hope to see Naval Camo collection improve. I would like to see this do better, but currently not right now. Yeah. So it's not like Easter dip bad, but it's still quite bad. A drop off between 10 to 20% of value of all skins, it seems. Oh dear. Right then, well, let's go ahead and give you a nice little preview for next week. As you can see, another Gothic Veil skin. No Mercy. We're really not surprised to see that, are we? No. Oh, more Hellcore. Oh, okay, I'll take that. An interesting transparent pump shotgun. Okay. But Luck Returns, Berserker. A Crypt Barricade. Really? It's actually in the positive. Wow. Transparent aim sight, custom SMG, Oasis bed. Yeah, it was an alright Rustle. I remember the It was a bit meh. It was a bit meh. To be honest with you, you could probably say the same about this. So, no, whatever. Right, so that is pretty much everything. Once again, I'll ask you, did you happen to buy any skins from this Rust store? Feel free to comment below. Did you also buy some pump shotguns? Go on, admit it. Comment below. Aside from that, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you liked going back to the past and learning to see how things turned out. And that's it. That's a wrap. So thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. Catch you later. See you, goodbye.